What is going on, New York Giants fans? We have some news going on with the New York Giants. We have some updates with Adoree Jackson. We're also going to talk about Giants and Patriots practice today. It seems that the team is doing a lot better than what we did yesterday. We're going to break all of that down. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, leave a like below, follow us on Twitter. The link will be in the description. We're trying to bring this channel to 400 subscribers. Let's get this done. Now, one of the news that actually came out today, if not probably the most significant news outside of Adoree Jackson's injury update, is that the New York Giants have found a trade partner for kicker Ryan Santoso. Now, we all knew that there was a couple teams in mind that really needed a kicker. You know, the Browns, who we just not only played in the preseason, but had our joint practices with, they just put their kicker on IR. So, we thought that that was a team that could be heavily interested in a player like Ryan Santoso. You also have the Patriots, who right now we're in joint practices with, and we're having our third and final preseason game against. They need a kicker. So there was definitely some teams out there looking for a kicker. And the Giants were able to trade Ryan Santoso to the Panthers for a conditional 7th rounder. Now, two things, right? Off rip, good job, Dave Gettleman. If you're able to trade your backup kicker for any draft capital, to me, that's a win. I have to be honest. To me, that's a win. Ryan Santoso, Judge came out and said that if we didn't have Graham Gano, he was going to be our kicker, no doubt. He looked really solid. He was kicking 50-yarders like it was nothing. And again, I got to give credit to Dave Gettleman. Now, two, to me, the reason why I like this is that the Giants now have 11 2022 draft picks. Now, we have our first, we have the Bears first, we have our second rounder, we have 2 third-round picks, one of them from the Dolphins. We have 2 fourth-round picks, one of them is from the Bears. We have a 5th rounder, a 6th rounder, and now we have 2 7th rounders thanks to the Carolina Panthers. Now, like I said, you really can't complain about this. I personally thought that the New York Giants probably would have traded with either New England or Cleveland. I definitely did not see Carolina. But again, congratulations, Dave Gettleman, because you were able to get something out of nothing. So to me, A1. Now, looking at Adoree Jackson, yesterday we all had a scare with Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson, we signed him this offseason to a multi-year deal. There was some Giants fans that were skeptical about it because he does have an injury history. We are having a little issues with Kenny Golladay with his hamstring. He's injury prone, and that was the thing this offseason, was that we signed talented players, but we signed talented players that have injury histories. And unfortunately, Adoree Jackson is one of them. Now, he did go down yesterday in practice with the sprained ankle. But the thing that I liked, or I guess not liked, but liked to see, was that, he was able to walk off on his own. He was carted off, but he was able to walk back to the sideline, which, it's another 75 yards. And to me, it definitely does sound like a sprained ankle. Usually, like the first 10 minutes, you could walk on it. After about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it starts nagging you a bit. And then after an hour, it's like, all right, I gotta sit down. And after a couple days of swelling, usually it goes down. Now, Judge did come out and say that we did dodge a bullet because it could have been a lot more serious. And I think that if you're really asking me, the Giants should play it safe with some of their key players. I know that you want to get them reps in the preseason game against the Patriots. We're going to see Daniel Jones out there, which I think is definitely needed. But players like Adoree Jackson, players like Kenny Golladay, Saquon Barkley, Kyle Rudolph even, let's get these players healthy for week 1 against Denver. I think that especially with Adoree Jackson, it's a big unknown as to who would step up. Is it going to be Josh Jackson, who we acquired in the Isaac Yiadom trade? Is it going to be Julian Love? Do they think of even putting Logan Ryan out there because he has outside corner history? It's a big what if. But again, Adoree Jackson, it's looking a lot better than what we thought it was going to be. So to me, that's positive news. I'm very happy to see that. And hopefully we can get him back on the field. Judge said that they were going to try to ease him into practices. So definitely let's see what's going on with that. And again, hopefully we can have him for week 1 because Denver's no joke. I mean, I know that they announced Teddy Bridgewater, but Denver's no joke. And if, Adoree Jackson's not going to be out there, we can definitely guarantee they are going to target whoever Adoree Jackson was going to be covering. Whoever that number 2 corner is, they were going to attack if Adoree Jackson is not there. Now, this is coming from Art Stapleton, pretty much just going over how practice is going today. We saw Saquon Barkley out there on some 11-11 drills. He took an angle route that he turned into a slant. He was able to take it to the distance, but he didn't, and that's all good. I want to see Saquon Barkley get adjusted a little bit to the game before he, really breaks into stride like that. We also saw the defense play pretty good today, which the defense got carved up yesterday by Mac Jones. Now, to me, I'm not putting too much weight into that, but that definitely is a little concerning. But defense you're seeing is playing a lot better. One thing I thought was definitely interesting was that they have Julian Love in the slot. Now, Darnay Holmes has been struggling in the slot. Aaron Robinson still hasn't had a lick of practice because he's been injured. But Julian Love, I would not mind in the slot. Speedster, got some good hands on him, but I'm hoping that Julian Love doesn't play the slot. Darnay Holmes, there's talent there, there's potential there. He looked solid last year. He definitely did have some issues last year, but he looked overall solid for a rookie slot corner. But this defense overall is looking a lot better. I think, obviously, we all know that the defense is going to be the strength to this team. It's not going to be the offense. So let's ease these players in. Let's hope that this defense can carry over the way that we did last year. And honestly, I think that the defense will. I think that, with the talent that we added, the talent that we already had going into a second year under Patrick Graham's scheme, this defense is going to be good. This defense is looking like it's going to be top 5 when last year we were rated top 10. I'm very excited. Ease our players back into it. I trust Joe Judge. And let me say this. Let me say this before we head out. I'm just as eager, as the next Giants fan for Saquon Barkley to be out there. But can we stop pestering Joe Judge? It seems like every time he gets asked any question about Saquon Barkley, his whole mood changes, because you could definitely tell that Joe Judge is getting tired of the media asking him about Saquon Barkley, and I kind of am too, but I get it. We're going to see him out there soon, guys. I cannot wait to see how this offense looks. I can't wait to see how this team looks going into preseason this Sunday, So, to me, I'm very excited. Let me know your thoughts below. How are you guys feeling about this? How are you guys feeling about Adoree Jackson's injury update? Do you like it? Do you feel like we should have gotten more for Ryan Santoso? Let us know your thoughts below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.